So we have to wait until it opens up. The gas is released. If the gas doesn't release, it's poisonous.
Can I eat this raw?
Some people do eat it raw.
Am I some people right now?
I'm not.
I'm not either.
Let's go. Holy shit.
In our last Caribbean series, I experienced culinary extremes in the Bahamas.
Yes! He's got like 3 of them!
Now, I'm heading just a few hundred miles away to a different world. Welcome to Jamaica. With a population of under 3 million, Jamaica is pound for pound one of the most iconic countries in the world. Famous for their athletic prowess, their music, and best of all, their food. Food here goes well beyond jerk chicken. It's the fruits.
It looks like something you would find from Avatar.
The spices.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, man.
And even the species you've never seen before. And I'm here to see it all. Today, our food journey starts in the country's capital, Kingston.
My man, Matt,
Oh, go on.
we're in Jamaica.
We're there, yeah.
I can't believe it. We're doing it.
Yeah, man, we're doing it.
Joining me on this Jamaican journey, Matt Robinson. Online, he goes by Jamaican Food Boss.
It's a Jamaican Jerk.
He's a tour guide turned YouTuber, showing the best foods this country has to offer.
We're little, but we're talawa, is what we said. Meaning that we're small, but we carry a lot of weight behind us.
I have no doubt about that. There's a lot I'm going to learn during this trip. Right now, we have our first meal. This is breakfast.
This is a popular soup in Jamaica, consisting of jerk seasonings, local herbs, veggies, and 2 underutilized animal parts, chicken feet and cow skin.
Oh, wow. It's savory, it's spicy. You just feel the spice right here on the back of your throat. Ooh, it's real hot though, right? I can't do it.
Go on in, man. Go on all in. Come here.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
oh, I'm not going to taste for days. Oh, that's just the COVID though. That's not from this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yam's almost creamy.
Different types of yam for the soup than roast yam.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, man. We have a lot of West African influences in our dishes. The cow skin is one of them.
So I've had it before. I mean, what I had in Nigeria was a little bit different, pretty spicy. But this one is a nice balance, like still a little chewy, a little gummy.
It's boiled out, it's not tough.
It's all about the texture, right? Oh, that's really good. Here, the chicken foot.
So
This is delicious. Yeah, it's super soft, tender, gelatinous, and it's just soaked up all this wonderful, savory, spicy broth.
Get the juice out because the broth is that good with flavor.
Oh, wow, you're so good at eating these. Man, you're like my wife. She eats chicken wings and like there's nothing left.
These are easy cuts of meat to find in Jamaica. A lot of people
Are eating that.
are eating it because we can afford it.
But this is just the start.
It's just the beginning, bro.
All right, fantastic.
Some of Jamaica's best food isn't found in high-end restaurants or resorts. It's served right here on the street side, a convenient place for locals to pull up, grab, and go.
An unusual breakfast this morning.
Our first vendor is serving up a species you'll only find here.
Jamaicans, we call it Landcraft.
Okay.
This is a Jamaican mud crab.
So different islands have the same species. There are different variations of them.
Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can do it. I got 2 for 1. What's gonna happen next?
You have to wash it off and put in some Scotch bonnet and some real Jamaican seasoning.
Scotch. Oh, the pepper.
pepper.
Oh, I thought we were getting drunk.
The crabs are rinsed, then doused with warm water to push out any remaining dirt inside. This dish and the soup we tried earlier are both made by the owner of this stall, Alice.
Ma'am, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy to be here. Can you tell me, how long have you been here?
About 30 years now.
30 years.
30.
13?
30.
30.
Yeah, okay, I said 30, and then you repeated 30, so I thought I was wrong.
Alice inherited these recipes and this business from her mother-in-law, and she's kept it going ever since.
Has this area changed a lot in that time?
Yeah.
How's it changed?
Sometimes we get load and other time we don't get any crabs.
Sometimes you don't have any crab.
Yes, cause right now a poker demand them poker it now to make we have it. Cause for them job that, cause they don't want to teeth or do nothing. So them poker the crab to make we hustle it.
My editors are never going to be able to figure out what you're saying.
The crabs that she gets in our farm now, Jamaican crab season is during the months that have no R in it. So June, July, August, crab season.
Okay.
Yeah, man, simple.
After steam cleaning the crabs, they're moved to another pot filled with Scotch bonnet peppers and scallions. Add salt, jerk seasoning, and margarine powder. The crabs boil and soak up these powerful flavors.
You have to suck out the flavor because it's cooked in a lot of seasonings with the spices of the pimento, the scallion, and everything.
Oh, that's so delicious.
Yeah, man.
This is so sweet. It's one of the sweetest crabs I've ever had.
There you go.
I want to live in this moment forever.
We'll stay in Jamaica forever.
Break off the whole claw.
Break off the whole club and you knock it with the bottle. This is traditionally how it would be done. Yeah, there you go. Look at that.
Dude,
I tell you.
I'm so happy right now.
And it's just the first stop.
Oh my goodness, I'm saying 100% honest with you. The crab itself is sweet and delicious, but the seasonings, it is so delicious. It's sweet, but it's spicy, it's savory, all at the same time. It's not a load of meat, like a big leg from a king crab, but it carries its weight.
I tell you about Jamaica, we're little but we talawa. Even the crab, it's small, but it have a lot of weight of flavor in it.
Yeah, I think this is a good omen for this trip. I'm very excited to learn more.
After all of your travels, you have to pour one out for that, man. Big up and respect.
Thank you, I have no idea what you said.
Up and down this street, you'll find staples of Kingston, timeless classics passed from generation to generation that epitomize the flavors that locals crave.
This looks incredible. What is going on here?
Just a few stalls down, a common breakfast that dates back to the 1800s.
Oh my God.
This dish comes at you in 3 phases.
Are these cucumbers?
Yeah.
Really? I usually hate cucumbers.
So do I.
First, the veggies, a combination of cucumber, tomato, onion, and thyme. Cook until the water vaporizes, then add some oil and continue simmering.
Just steamy, soft, it's so fresh, so delicious. Then here's the fish.
Phase 2, the protein, roasted saltfish that's been rehydrating for hours before finally joining the veggies.
The fish is salted in order for it to travel. That's why we hydrate it, not only to rehydrate it, but also to take some of the salt out of it.
I've had something like this before. Actually, in Myanmar, they dry fish like crazy. It reminds me of being there. It's almost like you're eating a fish jerky.
Which is why you have the roast yam with it.
Phase 3, the starch. 2 chunks of roasted yellow yam rest at the bottom of the container. Top that with the fish and veggies. This here is a specialty that Mitzi also inherited from her mother.
This is why them say Usain Bolt run so fast. When he won and got the world record, yellow yam, you couldn't find it in Jamaica. It was sold out.
Oh, I love it.
No, man.
It's almost like this fish is like a seasoning to the whole dish. Because the yam is starchy, it's good, but there's no seasoning on that. So you take a big bite of this, it's chewy, it's super salty, and then you balance it out with the yam over here. It is almost shocking to me to see something this complex, this delicious, just right here on the side of the street. Meanwhile, her grill is made out of tire rims.
Welcome to Jam Rock.
Yeah, dude.
If you want food without all the traffic buzzing by, might I suggest a cook shop? Small diners with a rotating menu and affordable prices.
What's more common then? Street food like we had already, or the cook shop like this?
They're both on the same connotation of level. I mean, some people feel for something on a certain day. You wake up, you want a crab, you want a soup. After that, no, this is lunch. So this is actually what we would do on a regular basis.
Today at Annie's, they're serving up something called aki. It's made even more special when you realize this national dish is nearly impossible to get outside of Jamaica. You'll see why soon.
That's looking good.
Yeah, man.
But first, an appetizer.
First of all, boiled bananas?
Boiled green banana.
What's going on there?
All of this on the left side, we don't call it banana, we don't call it yam, what we have, we call it food.
Oh. It tastes 90% like a potato and 10% like an unripe banana. Oh, that's good though.
It's very good.
But I noticed like there's a lot of places where the USA has a lot of bread, Asia has a lot of rice, but so far here you just have a lot of starches.
Food.
Food.
Yeah, man.
Then here.
This is the liver.
From what animal?
Cow liver.
Coal?
Cow.
Oh, cow.
Cow.
Yeah, thank you.
These boiled green bananas are meant to be paired with this, a stewed liver, marinated in Jamaican seasonings and cooked down in oil.
Oh,
all the right notes.
This is glazed with this beautiful sweet and savory sauce. It's very dense and a little heavy, so I can see why that would pair well with the food.
The food.
Today, we're in luck, because this cook shop is cooking up aki and saltfish. This is the country's national dish.
Marvan?
Yes, sir.
And Marva is here to tell me all about it.
Pleasure to meet you. Do you two want to shake hands?
No, I want to just bust it off with Marva, make it
Of
respect.
course, yeah, respect all the time. Yeah.
Okay, see, here's the problem. I feel like I'm missing out. You're really connecting in a way that I can't, and I think it's the way I talk. It's a bit formal.
What? Wagwan is something you have to know right now.
How do I say nice to meet you?
Wagwan.
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 Patois is a mixture of English, Spanish, and the West African Akan language.
How long did you place there?
22 years.
All right.
But the vocabulary and pronunciation vary quite a bit from standard English.
Hey, bless up yourself.
Best of yourself.
And we all agree I'm not being racist?
No.
Fantastic. YouTube comments? There you go. Eat it.
Heated.
We're here for a very special reason. We're here for what I'm told is the national dish of Jamaica. It's called, what's it called?
Aki.
Aki originally comes from Africa,
It looks like something you would find from Avatar.
but its seeds were brought here in the 18th century.
It would have been closed up on the tree,
Right.
and then it pops open.
Yeah. It releases gases, actually. So
I release gas sometimes.
we all release gas when we eat this much.
From this beautiful flowering fruit, only one part is edible, and it must be prepared carefully.
You have to wait until it opens out, so the pod has to open before you consume it.
If ingested while unripe, while its gases remain inside, you could be victim to vomiting or worse. Some have even died.
Can I eat this raw?
Some people do eat it raw.
Am I some people right now?
I'm not.
I'm not either.
Oh. It tastes like boiled edamame beans. Well, I love that. This is so good.
Yes, I never eat it like that before.
To me, that was already great. But now you're gonna dress it up, you're gonna do way more to it. Marva, respect on manners.
You're welcome.
Preparing the aki is a time-consuming process. The fleshy yellow bits must be removed from the black seed and the body of the plant. Now that we have our key ingredient, it's time to cook. First, veggies are cooked in a load of oil. Tomatoes, onions, scotch bonnets, and scallions are a must. But don't forget the saltfish. Next, boil the aki and add it to the main pot with a dash of black pepper. The aki and saltfish are paired with some dense fried dumplings made of flour, Lasco milk powder, and baking powder.
The national dish of Jamaica.
The national.
This was not on the syllabus, like a Johnny cake.
It is exactly a Johnny cake.
Yeah? You know, sometimes I do feel like a food expert.
You are a food expert.
It's not like I got a degree or something.
Nowadays, you get a degree with the amount of years you've been studying something or doing it as work. I'm pretty sure you have your doctorate by now.
Oh. But you wouldn't usually eat it plain.
That's what goes with the ackee and saltfish. Yo, you can't go wrong with the national.
Oh.
It's so good.
What the That is one of the best things I've ever had. Creamy, smooth. The flavor, after it's been cooked like this, it changes. You're not gonna like how I address it. It's like canned mushrooms. I like canned mushrooms.
I don't like canned mushrooms.
And before, it had a lot of body to it. Now it's like fluffy. It's so soft, it's creamy. This is outstanding.
Now you're getting into the gungo. Change the flavor profile by adding it to the Johnny cake. So, yeah man. Like reggae music, the influences that we have to Jamaica. Ackee is something that speaks Jamaica every time you taste it.
Is this something that's gone international?
It hasn't gone international like jerk chicken. It's something that is more local. But a reason for it being it's not readily grown up north or further. It's specific to here. Nowadays you can buy canned ackee, but I'm going to tell you right off the bat.
No, because we want that canned mushroom flavor, and that's not going to come from canned ackee. Thank you, chef.
Big up, chef.
The biggest ups possible.
That sounded more Russian.
I'm working on it.
1/3 of this country's population lives in this city. Kingston has varied culinary influences, African, Spanish, and British among them. Here you'll find the birthplace of jerk cooking and spices. You'll find the food Usain Bolt eats every morning, but you might also find certain offcuts that are turning on local eaters. Here's one now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, man. Finally, you get some rice.
What am I looking at here?
You look at some curry cow foot with some broad beans.
These beans are so broad.
Our last location is actually not here. Just a few steps away, you'll find Annliese Restaurant, catering authentic Jamaican cuisine while utilizing some seriously unique cuts of meat. First up, curried cow foot.
What am I supposed to do with this?
That's been pressure cooked with broad beans.
If you're in Jamaica, you love that they give you that piece.
It's cowhead cankles. Look at this. You got a bone right there, a big cross section, and then you can see the skin all around it right here. Oh, wow. It's gooey and gelatinous and spicy.
Seasoned well.
It's so thick and so rich. I mean, it's probably 10% protein and then a lot of fat and collagen in there.
Yeah, man.
But I love this texture. This is the kind of texture I couldn't appreciate it when I was a bit younger. I think I had to travel the world a bit more.
It grows on you after a while.
That is our appetizer. I think from here, we should go in, talk to the chef, and learn a lot more about this main course.
The main course is something tricky. Not everybody eat.
Oh, that laugh at the end was maniacal.
Chef Smith spent a lot of time in this kitchen, but before this, he worked in the back-breaking kitchens of New York.
Yeah, man.
When I asked him what he misses about the USA, he said, for today's final meal, he's offering up something
First of all,
barely recognizable.
I mean, if Salvador Dali was God and he designed a cow, that's what it would look like.
It comes straight from the butcher.
Like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Did he boil it?
Yeah, and scrape it.
Like all this now is edible, from the snout to the back of the brain and everything in between.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna make from this?
What I'm going to make from this, I'm going to make a dish. Yeah.
All right, well, sounds good. Let's get going.
This dish is known as cowhead brown stew. What may seem unique to you is a pretty common dish in this area.
There's a lot of things here that I had to remove.
Oh, so you don't eat that?
No, no.
All right, so you can eat almost everything, but not that part in particular.
No. This, You don't eat this either.
All right.
So I'm cleaning it up now.
Okay, so maybe you don't eat the whole thing, but okay, I'm telling you, you can eat a lot of it. All right, we got the tongue.
Over here. So this is the eye.
Now, I know for sure you can eat the eye. In Mexico,
We don't eat the eye.
We used to dissect it in school.
Some people eat it, but I don't do it like that. If you don't clean it properly, then you won't get a nice taste from it.
We want a nice
We
dish.
want a nice taste.
All right, Mr. Smith, this is fantastic. I can't wait to try out this dish. We'll see you soon.
The flavor base begins with scallions, thyme, onions, and Scotch bonnet peppers, used to saturate the cow head along with jerk seasoning and browning sauce. Pressure cook for 15 minutes before finally adding in the beans.
So same rice.
Same rice.
And then here you can see big, thick pieces of skin. They're so jelly-like. It's so gelatinous. Try it out. Oh, it's so soft.
So tender.
We had skin earlier today, also cow skin, but that one was a lot more chewy. This is super soft.
Yeah, man. The sauce is thick.
Rich, heavy, with a little bit of heat, nice starchy beans, and just super gelatinous, wiggly-ass meat.
Nice. But what you're supposed to do is mix up everything.
Mix it up, should all balance each other out, right?
Yeah, man, everything's supposed to balance everything and come together.
Delicious, but man, it's a great start.
Jamaica has a lot to offer, and for this to be the start of your journey, I don't think you could ask for anything more because the flavors are there, the unique dishes are there.
Part of this journey for me is cracking the code, learning more about the people. How is it that just such a small island could be so powerful and can produce so many icons?
We're little but we Talawa, the energy, the vibe of Jamaica, the inspiration throughout. I mean, you speak of Bob Marley's. We are the birthplace of Marcus Garvey. We have great athletes. Usain Bolt is a living legend. We have the fastest woman alive. NBA as well. Patrick Ewing is Jamaican. So this little place has provided so many people with the opportunity to be great. And it comes from within. It's something that we take pride in. No matter where in the world you go, we represent Jamaica and we always say, yeah, this is where the heart is home.
And would you say Sean Kingston is the most iconic of all those people? You make me
Our Caribbean culinary adventure continues here on the island of Jamaica.
I got 2 for 1.
Today, I'm learning about the secret diet of Jamaica's Rastafari people.
How hard is it to stick to the diet of a Rastafarian?
Hidden in these mountaintops, you'll find a small, invite-only community.
There's no police that goes up there. They're their own sovereignty up there, you know?
I want to learn how they live,
Is it a religion? Would you call it a religion?
Yeah, man.
and even more, how they eat.
Are there certain foods you don't eat?
But first, breakfast.
I don't know anybody quite like me. Nobody's so good at being so lazy.
My man, good morning.
Good morning.
We're doing it.
Joining me today, young local singer and Rastafarian, Black Hero.
Yeah, where are we right now?
This is the famous corn shop.
It's famous?
Yeah, it's very famous because of their well-known cuisine as we're about to try and also their famous Irish mash.
Irish?
Moss. That's what we call
Moss.
it, but it's really sea moss.
Irish moss is a species of algae found all over the Atlantic Ocean.
Is this something that was invented in Jamaica?
No, I'm really thinking this is an African thing.
Oh, I thought at least you would say Ireland.
It's commonly used as a thickener in milk products, like ice cream. So chances are, you've already tried it and had no idea.
It's seaweed.
Honey, lime, and that's it. This is all natural.
Let's try it out. Cheers. Nobody would guess that there's seaweed in here. It doesn't taste like anything from the sea.
Exactly, because you were expecting a salty or whatever.
Yeah, it just tastes sweet. I like it. And then here, this plate. This plate looks
Yeah.
magnificent.
This is what a pretty typical Jamaican breakfast looks like. It starts with boiled dumplings, usually made from flour, salt, baking powder, cornmeal, and water. Then boiled bananas.
I tried that yesterday.
How was that experience?
It was good. He called it food.
We don't call it banana, we don't call it yam, what we have, we call it food.
Food.
Yeah, just food.
It was just food.
Food.
Yeah, it was kind of food.
That's followed by brown fish stewed with veggies and Jamaican seasonings, like Scotch bonnet pepper, thyme, onions, and ketchup. Finally, a side of stir-fried vegetables.
Is this saltfish or just like fresh fish?
Not fresh fish.
It's like salted?
Yeah. This is what we call a slice fish. So it's like these massive fishes that they kind of cook down. And so this is a brown stew version of that fish. I'm not sure what's the name of this particular fish, but it's brown stewed.
It's salty, it's firm. It reminds me of some countries have fish as street food and they cook it and then it just hangs out all day. And then when people are ready, they throw it on the plate. So it can be a little bit hard, but it's all right. It gives it a little bit of texture. And then this right here, these are just big, heavy, beautiful dumplings.
We call them cartwheel. When they're really big, we call them cartwheel, isn't it?
I love these dumplings though. They're like sticky and doughy. I love chewing on these. I want to ask you about you. You're a musical artist. What genre?
Well, right now, 2021, music is really genreless, but I'm definitely reggae and dancehall is at the core of what I do.
When Donkey said the word, I never me believe him.
I'm what you'd call one of those crossover fusion kind of guys.
Is this something that you make a living from?
I know it grieves me.
Definitely. That's full-time.
Full-time?
Full-time.
Yeah, life no easy,
Were you always Rastafarian?
Nah, I grew up in a Christian house. My father was a minister.
So when did you convert, so to speak?
It wasn't really a conversion, it was like a journey. The journey really began from church. Then you're just trying to find more purpose, more meaning to this life we live in. And Rastafari was the only thing within Jamaica that showed me there's things that I can relate to that I couldn't have related to before in the Christian church.
For many, Rastafarianism may conjure images of dreadlocks, reggae music, and marijuana. In reality, it's much more than that. It began as a black empowerment, religious, and social movement in the 1930s. Eventually, it became one of Jamaica's major religions and cultural forces.
So it's a way of life.
It's a way of life, really.
These days, more than 1 million people worldwide identify as Rastafari.
All right, this is a great breakfast, and I think we have a lot more to see.
All right, let's go.
To learn more about the Rastafari lifestyle and diet, we're heading to a place known as Bobo Hills.
It's a place that just houses the original traditions of Rastafari.
Tucked away in these mountains lies a commune where a small devoted population learns and worships.
Are there people who live there full-time?
Yeah, full-time, fully full-time. Yeah.
But to get there, you not only need to climb this mountainside, you also must be invited in, as tourists are not welcome.
This is crazy. Now what? Now we just go. Let's go. Yeah.
This is Priest Prince. He's a member of Bobo Ashanti, one of the major branches of Rastafarianism that was born in this village. Before we enter, we must say a prayer.
Oh Lord God of truth, we give thanks for this day and for this visitation. Give thanks for his skillful guidance going out and coming in. Holy Emmanuel I, Selassie I, Jah, Rastafari. Blessed be it.
Many Rastas limit their diet to what they consider pure and natural. That means no processed food, no artificial seasoning, coloring, or preservatives.
There's not a lot of powders or processed seasonings.
The food eaten here is grown locally or harvested straight from the source. Their diet is also free of alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs, except for one. And that one is used a lot.
Sir, bless.
Blessed love, my Lord.
Meet the village chef, Jawordi, an expert in Rasta cooking.
Today you're the chef. Are you always the chef?
Oh my, from I was a toddler.
So when you were younger, did you eat meat?
No.
And so what we have here is basically vegetarian, right?
Natural coming from the earth.
Do you do any gardening here?
Yeah, man. When we're ready, man, we have a callaloo coming from here. We have a lettuce, green banana.
Oh, wow. All that's here?
Yeah, man. You're in Jerusalem schoolroom, man.
The Rastafarian diet is extremely healthy, as they mostly grow their own organic food. This tradition has roots in the distrust of our current modern food system and supply chain, a system that often relies on chemicals, pesticides, preservatives, and GMOs.
When you eat the natural food, you're more healthier and can stand up and go longer. When you make a baby, you make a good baby. When you eat the genetical food, the baby will become infeliz because it poisons your heart and your mind.
Whether these fears are justified or debatable, one thing is certain. The Rastafari diet is evidence that eating organic food doesn't have to be boring or expensive.
Can you show me this one?
Yeah, this is the Congo peas.
Congo, like in Africa?
Yes, man.
Oh, these are great.
We're going to make some stew with this.
So today you're going to make 3 different dishes.
Natural. We're going to give you some stew, we're going to give you some ground provision food, and we're going to put the ackee with the vegetables.
Perfect.
The standards for cooking and eating here are just one facet of the Rastafari lifestyle. The faith itself is the bedrock upon which all else is built.
Hear us and bless us, our Lord, keep us and sanctify us all. And cause thine holy face to shine upon us, thy children, that we shall be safe and redeemed.
The Rastafari lifestyle has deep roots in Christianity.
Rastafari.
Their holy book, the Bible, their paradise, Africa, and their divine guiding spirit, God, also goes by a different name, Jah. Their wise prophet, Haile Selassie, king of Ethiopia in the 1930s. The word Rastafarianism comes from Ras Tafari Mokanen, the pre-regnal title of His Majesty. The faith teaches redemption for African descendants and their repatriation to Zion, or Africa. Back in the kitchen, Jah Wordy is cooking up a feast. First, boiled dumplings, different from what we've tried this morning, as they're made with whole wheat flour and cornmeal. The dough is manipulated into the shape of a banana, then plopped into a pot and left to boil. In the meantime, the chef prepares ground provisions or root vegetables, dashin or taro. There's also cocoa, another kind of sweet potato, and green bananas. All these will join the dumplings.
My men, dinner time.
Here we go.
This looks excellent. Oh my gosh. So this is a banana we had this morning.
No, that's a spinners, a dumpling, but in a different form.
Oh, you're right. As I bit into it, I was like, wait, that's just dough. Yeah, it tastes like a whole wheat.
Because people just use cornmeal and flour only, but they add the wheat flour. It's not that much process, it's healthier. It's gonna pass through a bit easier to the system.
We're gonna be pooping good tonight.
If you're feeling down and down.
For you, how hard is it to stick to the diet of a Rastafarian?
There's levels to it. The real diet of a priest like Rastafaris is fasting, where they really don't eat that much. They just live off the air and water and just fruits.
How many calories are in air?
I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it's like probably 0.
All right, but for people who can't live off air, then what?
The next level is then vegan. The next step would be vegetarian food, what we're eating right now. And then there's the next level where some of us eat fish along with this. So we don't eat any other meat, but I eat fish. I find it hard giving up the fish.
But no goat, no chicken, no beef?
Nah.
Although some Rastafarians still eat fish, for most, meat is something taboo, as it's considered dead food that will not provide your body with energy, but on the contrary, strip it away.
There's a rooster down here. I love the idea of a rooster going into a food hall. It takes a lot of balls, right?
No, he knows he's safe here. Nobody eats him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Wait, what's the point of having a rooster here?
It's a part of the family.
Next up, Congo bean stew. Remember those Congo beans soaked in coconut juice? They're simply boiled with chopped carrots, okra, and Irish potatoes.
Yeah, let's try it out.
You can definitely taste the coconut.
Yeah, the coconut gives it some natural sweetness. Oh yeah, that's nice.
It's like the secret ingredient.
Like coconut milk mixed with beans. The beans are nice and starchy. There's okra in there, carrots. That's nice.
Now, the star of today's table, steamed vegetables with aki. Aki is a type of fruit, a distant cousin of lychee and longan. Start by boiling the freshly picked aki. Then prepare the vegetables.
So delicious vegetable. Callaloo, cabbage, onion, tomato, pepper.
Put the veggies in a separate pot and let them cook. When it's nice and soft, season with sea salt and add the boiled aki. Mix well and serve.
So I had aki on my first day in Jamaica. And so is this like similar thing but without the saltfish?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, very different from the aki I had yesterday. Much more like gentle flavors. Like I can actually taste the cabbage. Not super seasoned, gentle, light, and you can really just taste the vegetables themselves.
Typical Jamaicans, we just add a little black pepper, all these little things to spice it up, but really this is how it should be eaten.
This was fantastic. It was a pleasure hanging out with you today, enjoying a meal with you, and to learning more about the Rastafari people, what's behind this place, this way of life, and especially the food. Delicious.
Our Caribbean culinary adventure continues here on the island of Jamaica. Today, we're going on a cross-country jerk tour. Starting with the classics.
The oil drum is unique. How long do you think you have to cook inside of it to get rid of the oil flavor?
Ending with an entire freaking pig.
Have you done this before?
Yes, I've done it a few times.
Have you ever been surprised in a bad way?
So what's so special about Jamaican jerk and how did it become world-renowned? Well, it all starts here. Heading 70 miles from Kingston to the northeast tip of the island will bring you here, Portland. This is the home of jerk. The standard, next to which every Jamaican jerk could be compared. Here, right on the side of the street, you'll find jerk cooked the traditional way.
Open it up, big reveal. I'm told this is called pan chicken.
Pan chicken, locally, I call it pan fowl.
It's made in an old oil drum.
So what that does, it recreates the original style of jerk where it was underground, where the smoke goes up into it, because you have to have smoke in jerk.
This jerk chicken is grilled over charcoal, but first it's doused in a spicy, pungent marination of spices only available here in Jamaica. Here's how it's done by Babao.
This is the original jerk seasoning that I use. This is blended Scotch bonnet pepper that I already pre-blended here. The seasoning is called seasoning to the bone. This is a jerk seasoning. It's made of natural Jamaican herbs like pimento berries, blended dried crushed pepper. This is the all-purpose seasoning. It's the same thing like the jerk seasoning, but it's more refined. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. Mix all together until it has this nice light brown color.
Rub that on the chicken along with thyme, onion, and scallions and let it soak up those flavors for 25 minutes. Toss it on a custom grill made from an old oil drum and keep it hot, avoiding direct contact with the flames.
Jerk chicken is probably the most popular, but what is it that makes something jerk?
It is the marinade process.
It looks delicious. We should try it out. Oh, that's good. Salty, spicy. The Scotch bonnet is very unique. It's like a heating pad in the winter.
It's a nice lingering heat. It's not intense, so it just stays there and it just hums.
Yeah.
You see, the thing is with jerk, we have 2 important ingredients which are grown in Jamaica better than anywhere in the world. Pimento, the Scotch bonnet, all of that combined up with other seasonings is what creates this magnificent jerk sauce.
I could just eat and listen to you talk all day. Oh, even the white meat is soft and tender and juicy.
Everything is juicy.
What is this?
That is festival.
Is a type of fried bread that's usually paired with jerk chicken. It's made from flour, cornmeal, salt, baking powder, water, and sugar. It's also addictive. When you finish eating, you'll bloat up like a puffer fish.
A little sweet, heavy, crunchy outside, doughy inside.
It helps to sop up some of the heat of the Scotch bonnet pepper that we just spoke about.
I've learned one of the best compliments you can give to food in Jamaica is nice.
Nice. Yeah, man.
Our first and most affordable location is a great entry point into the world of jerk. But here in Jamaica, you can jerk anything. Well, I mean, any food. I think you get my point. Our next stop, right here, Gold Teeth Jerk Center, located on Ferry Hill, just a few minutes from Boston Beach. Here, they offer a range of protein options. Folks come here for their traditional jerk technique.
We can do the turkey, goat, rabbit, reindeer, whatever you want, then we cook it.
Reindeer?
Meet the chef, JJ.
How you doing, bro?
Good.
Me too. I feel like I just smoked 2 packs of cigarettes. I don't know why.
You in Jamaica, get used to the smoke.
I'm used to a different kind of smoke.
And that's what I'm saying, when you're in Jamaica.
Unlike the typical grilling over steel grates, everything here is notably grilled on top of wood.
Is the wood actually giving flavor to the meat?
Yes, man, the wood give flavor as well.
This is pimento wood, with even thicker boards on top to help hold in some heat.
What's so special about the pimento wood?
Oh my God. You can see this one sweating. Give the flavor.
This one's sweating too.
Yeah,
how you doing?
I want some pepper.
Underneath it all, charcoal, emitting heat and flavorful smoke, also from pimento wood.
It goes from raw to cooked
Raw to cook right here.
It must take a while because the wood isn't burning. How long does it take?
6 hours.
Oh, that's a long time.
Low and slow.
The other reason we came here, not just for the way you're grilling it, the way you're preparing the meat, but also the different types of meat you have available here. It's different than other places. Here, you're serving rabbit.
Yes, man.
Why rabbit?
It's famous meat now on the block, you know?
Yeah.
The rabbit is cleaned and all its organs are put aside. Time for the marination.
We got the pimento right over here. Give it flavor. We're gonna go over the jerk sauce.
The rabbit is rubbed down with the secret jerk sauce. But even the most secret jerk sauce must contain a couple of key ingredients: pimento berries, spices, and Scotch bonnet peppers.
This is the liver. This is the kidney. Stuff it.
After marinating, it's brought to grill for 6 hours.
So with rabbit, sometimes it can be a bit dry and doesn't have a lot of fat. How do you keep it moist?
Slow fire. If you're gonna blaze up fire, it's gonna dry down. So you have to know to control it. This is the rabbit right here.
Oh. It's interesting, the way you prepared it here, the rabbit, it almost looks like chicken.
Tastes like chicken as well.
Tastes like chicken? I'm in.
Wagwan.
Wagwan. That's it, right? I'm very curious about this. Is rabbit a very common meat here?
It's not very common, but what it is, it's grown a lot throughout Jamaica because they breed a lot.
What do you think is the best part of a freaking rabbit?
The leg and thigh right there, looking fat.
I'm gonna try it out. Cheers.
Yeah, let's go. Cheers.
That's still pretty juicy.
Yeah, man. Getting a little pepper.
Yeah, a little heat.
But a lot of juice.
Which is impressive. I mean, this animal has almost no fat. It's almost like a nice, juicy, moist chicken breast, and it's smoky. I'm gonna get a little bit of the sauce.
You don't need too much because trust me, the heat is on it and the heat is in it.
Oh, it's so hot.
But it's so nice. It's not the intense heat.
No, it's a manageable heat.
You see when you start acting or sounding like you're pregnant, then you know the pepper nice.
I think the reason some people faint when they eat hot food is because they go,
and the oxygen.
Yeah, they hyperventilate.
Oh, see?
This is a rabbit. It's an appetizer. We still have a whole goat leg.
We have a goat leg to go.
You ready?
One goat leg, please, sir.
Cut it like that. Try to ease the meat off the leg. Now, we're gonna jerk sauce. Stuff the sauce inside. That's the pimento. Give it the flavor. Let it soak for 2 hours. Then we put it on the wood.
Right here, a whole leg of a goat. Let me see if I can pick it up.
Oh,
I think we could give it a little bit of a split.
You can still smell that is a ram goat. Can you smell that?
A ram goat?
Yeah, man.
A woman?
A man.
I can't. You can smell the difference between a man goat and a woman goat? Take a look at this. Man, he really works at coating all the meat in there.
Massage that seasoning right down into it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Super juicy. Wow, it's very goaty. Oh, I'm back to Spicyville.
This is the same spice, same jerk seasoning on it. You can taste a little bit of the heat as well.
It's interesting seeing the jerk seasoning placed with different proteins because it brings out different flavors. I still taste the goat itself, but there's still the powerful jerk flavor. The Scotch bonnet, it's hot, it's spicy. There's the smokiness from the wood, from the fire.
You come to Jamaica, you need the smoke. Whether it's from the jerk or something else, the smoke has to be in it.
Ding. Today was just a warm-up.
Yeah, man.
Tomorrow, something I didn't even know was possible. We're jerking a whole pig. It doesn't sound right, but it's gonna look right.
I can guarantee you that, and taste even better.
For our final jerk experience, we're heading 130 miles to the northwestern coast of Jamaica. This is Montego Bay, the second largest city in Jamaica after Kingston. I've come here to see an entire pig get jerked. And this is the jerk master himself.
Chef?
What's going on?
It's a very impractical location for an interview.
And that's how the creative minds work, you know?
Yeah, it's gonna look beautiful.
I hope so.
Andrew, a Jamaican jerk competition champion in 2019. He's not even a full-time chef, but with love and a passion for cooking, he's mastered the art of jerk.
You can jerk anything that you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Really. I try everything. I've done bird, I've done rabbit, I've done fish, I've done pig, of course, I've done chicken. It's a love for me, so I have the trophy to show. You know?
Today, his approach is a long-lost one, cooking underground.
Today you're doing a whole pig. Have you done this before?
Yes, I have.
How many times?
Maybe about 6-7 times before.
How do you make sure no sand gets in the meat?
And we line it with the banana leaves, so the banana leaves basically protects the pig from the sun.
How do you know for sure when it's done? Have you ever been surprised in a bad way?
No, never.
First up, Andrew prepares the pit, digging sand to a depth of about 2 feet. Layer in sheet metal and secure it with rocks. Add a layer of pimento wood to give off a distinct aroma. Add heat and let the fire do the work. This is the base.
All right, so we're going to get the jerk seasoning ready for put on the pig. Automatically you have to start with the spice of life. You have to get the pimento all powdered.
Just as Chengdu, China celebrates their Szechuan peppercorns, Jamaica celebrates their pimento. Both these peppercorns have a distinct, potent flavor that you could not compare to ordinary black pepper.
Get it all dusty. Then we're going to do the Scotch bonnet. Add some vinegar and some water. Add some garlic, some fresh thyme, scallion. Now I can add back my pimento to it.
With the seasoning, what does the seasoning absolutely have to have in order to be called jerk?
Absolutely important in any jerk, you have to have pimento and you have to have Scotch bonnet pepper. When it's mixed into all the other ingredients and stuff, it just brings out an amazing flavor. And once you get that incorporated with any meat at all, it's like heaven.
Wow, I got really lost in your beautiful words.
Now we need the pig.
Let's get this pig ready. Trying to get little grooves so the seasoning can soak right down into under the skin.
He applies a dry rub jerk seasoning that includes a blend of herbs and spices.
Flip him over.
Usually cinnamon, thyme, cayenne, pepper, garlic, onion, and allspice.
Say,
Then he adds his own wet rub. Give it a good massage and let it marinate.
Now this is what you call the cocoa butter. Good for the skin.
Do you think the jerk, is it all about the seasoning or about the cooking technique too?
It's a mixture of everything because everybody try their own spices and herbs and different mixtures and stuff like that. But even if you put it and you don't have the technique and the passion, because it takes time. Jerk is not something that you just throw on the grill and once it turns color, it's good. You're looking for texture, you're looking for flavor, you're looking for smell, you're looking for crispy. Everything is a process.
The pig is ready, the pit is set. Time to make the bed. Andrew layers the cooking grate with even more pimento leaves to give it more flavor.
Already come with flavor, so it's the pimento, it's the spice of Jamaica. You use it in anything. It's in the blend, it's in the leaves, it's in the berries.
Now, the most important step of this process, getting the pig tucked in for bed.
You want the head or the butt?
The head.
All right, I got the butt right here.
Yes, you do. All right, let's go.
If we fail, we might end up having a raw pig covered in sand.
Gotta be careful of your step though.
Should I step here?
Yeah.
All right, lay it down here.
That's right.
So it's on the grill, it's on the pimento leaves.
Yes.
It's over the coal. What's the next step?
Line the sides also with leaves. Then I'm gonna get another sheet, cover it so the sand won't be able to transition it.
This is one of the most simple looking, but most ancient cooking structures used to trap heat and bake, smoke, or steam food when no other equipment is available.
Is this a Jamaican style of cooking?
It's really getting back to the roots of what jerk is. Jerk is coming from the days when the Tainos and the Maroons got together. They hunted the wild hogs, burying the hog. That's how the jerk process came about.
So whether we have passed those days and it's just a lost culture, but when you get the meat, it just has a different flavor, a different texture, even sometimes a different color. You'll see it and it looks pink or reddish, but then it's already cooked. It's a smoke flavor that goes through it. So the fire don't cook it, it's a smoke. So that is why the process takes 6.5 hours.
Chef?
Yes, sir.
The moment is upon us.
Yes, it is.
Underneath this piece of corrugated steel is a mystery.
All right.
There's a wild hog. It's either done
or dead.
Or dead. Well, either way, it's most certainly dead.
Absolutely.
So step one.
Remove this.
All right, try to be super careful not to get the sand on there.
No sand
All right.
No extra crackling.
Wow, that's crazy. The pig rolled over while it was in there. I wasn't expecting that. This is black. Is that how it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
So are you gonna eat this skin?
You can.
Straight up?
Straight up.
Oh yes. All right, just up and up.
Yeah, man.
As the chef, as the guy pulling it out of the ground, you have your back to the crowd, to the people who are gonna be eating it soon. What's that one piece that you can't resist to try immediately?
It's either the butt, that part, or either the rib. I love the rib. You got that texture, that everything that you're looking for.
Well, I'm looking for some rib then.
All right.
Oh, this is nice. Super juicy. I've never seen pig skin like this, where it's just covered in jerk seasoning. It's become like a hardened paste.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mm. Oh, yeah. That pop. It's so juicy. It's hard to describe that pimento. It gives a certain kind of freshness to it. There's a spice. I feel the warmth like all the way from my mouth to my belly. Oh, it's so delicious. Are you on your second rib now? He's like, yep, keep talking. Oh, you're just ripping the ankle off. Oh,
you can try that.
Thank you, sir. Oh, look at this. There's skin, there's fat, there's protein. There's a mix of textures and tissues. You want some?
I want all of it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Completely different experience than the ribs. There's crunchy bits. It's moist and it's more interspersed with fat.
All of this on the outside is what kept everything moist on the inside.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the pig is like the perfect animal for cooking because it's almost hard to mess it up. And I don't mean to take any credit away from you, but it's like nature's little cooking vessel. It has this thick skin that keeps everything protected inside. This is fantastic. Chef, you've outdone yourself.
Thank you very much, Sonny.
Chef Andrew cuts up the roasted pig and portions it out. Ribs, tenderloin, sirloin, belly bacon, ham, shoulder. It's all stacked up together, except for the head. The head remains whole, and we'll be trying that soon.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
We're cheersing these Red Stripes so much. I should be getting a little sponsorship, I think.
Sponsored by Red Stripe.
I wish. Right here, this is the kidney.
I love it.
All right, cheers.
Little gamey, a little different.
I like it though.
It's good.
Nice and soft, like a little livery in the texture, but it's really just taking on all those seasonings beautifully. I want to talk about this pimento. This is a spice that's used all over Jamaica.
Everywhere, in everything.
Now, when I find new ingredients, I like to try them just raw. So when I'm tasting it, I can identify it in a dish from then on.
Yeah, all right.
Want to try it out? It's super fragrant. To me, it's a mix of cloves, a little mint, and pepper. It has a little bit of a numbing effect.
A little sting.
What the Szechuan peppercorn is to food in Chengdu, China, this is to food in Jamaica.
Absolutely.
This part right here, the ears.
Oh, you hear that?
It just broke off so easily.
Oh my God.
Oh wow. It's almost like a jerk jerky.
Definitely a jerk jerky.
Crunchy, tough, a little fatty interior. Oh my God. Dude, it's so warm. Chef, are you horrified at how I'm taking this out?
No.
The cheek right there, that is the money.
Oh, that's my favorite bite yet. That is game ender right there. What's interesting to me is we've had 3 different types of jerk, and they all use different cooking styles. I mean, we had it on the pan, we had it over the pimento wood, and then here underground. All the results are a little bit different, but there's still a thread that connects them all too.
Definitely. There's a seasoning thread that connects it, the pimento especially.
Yeah. Now I feel like I really get it. What makes it jerk, and there's nothing else like it in the world.
No.
Incredible. So thank both of you. Cheers to that.
I appreciate it, man. Blessings.
Our Caribbean culinary adventure continues here on the island of Jamaica.
What are you gonna make from this?
I'm going to make a dish.
Yeah. All right. Well, sounds good. Let's get going.
Today, we're telling 3 different stories of seafood in Jamaica.
You're gonna attempt to fry this whole tuna.
That's right.
From the rare creatures caught and cooked in local villages.
I saw one fisherman come in, he had a puffer fish. Those are poisonous.
No.
No?
No.
To preparing and eating the Caribbean's most venomous fish.
Beautiful fish. But if you get stuck by one of those sharp barbs, you're in for a bad day.
And it all starts here. Matt and I are starting the day in a small village tucked away on the edge of Montego Bay. Greeting us here, Jackie.
Put her there?
Yeah, man.
Where are we right now?
We are on the Grange Pen Fisherman Beach.
Grange Pen is one among hundreds of fishing villages dotting Jamaica's coastline. Villages like this are made up of modest houses built with wood and sheet metal.
And they kind of have to live here because they're right next to the water. They can jump in their boat, they go out, they fish.
With their self-constructed boats and locally made gear, fishermen here leave for the ocean at the crack of dawn, and they return when the sun is up and the tide is low.
Is there any type of fish that if you catch it, you throw it out?
Stingray is dangerous to the pot, so we wouldn't let him inside it. But as the people eat it, they say it's Viagra.
So why don't you want to catch it more?
A successful catch looks like a boat full of snappers, groupers, jackfish, doctorfish, and barracudas. Solo fishing like this makes up 95% of the Jamaican fishing industry.
I saw one fisherman come in, he had a puffer fish. Those are poisonous.
No.
No?
No.
According to National Geographic, Wikipedia, and the Japanese chef who once prepared fugu for me, the pufferfish contains tetrodotoxin, which is 1,200 times more poisonous than cyanide.
You've eaten that fish?
Like sometimes, not all the time.
But you never felt anything? Make your face numb? Like you had a stroke? No.
Fishermen know certain type of fish that we have a big head and a small body, we don't touch it.
I'm like that on Tinder. Big head, small body, no.
Encouraged by Jackie's confidence, Matt and I decide to take a bite of pufferfish, freshly caught and grilled on the spot. That was until I saw how they prepared it.
I gotta say, I've lost my nerve. Can't do it.
Come to think about it, the gentleman in Japan did have a certificate on his restaurant wall and...
I mean, does anyone in this village have a special certificate to prepare fugu in a way that's not going to kill anybody?
They've been cooking it for longer than sushi chefs, but they don't have a certificate.
So you feel comfortable?
I feel okay.
Yeah, exactly. Here, these were looking a lot more tropical a little bit ago.
These are Dr. Fish.
Why are they called that?
Because them say that them good for you. That's all I can give you.
Is that right?
In the belief that seafood tastes best in its natural form with its natural flavors, the preferred preparation here is straightforward. Gut, roast, done.
Let me get you what we call a plate.
Oh, thanks. I'll take a plate.
I go from right here, right under the belly there, and I just tear across. So once you tear across, all of that white meat comes out.
Oh, so I'm just gonna toss it in my mouth right away. Yeah, no seasoning at all. It's just warm, soft, fishy, natural flavors of the ocean, stretchy, chewy skin.
And a little crunch as well.
That's nice.
Perfectly seasoned by the Caribbean Sea.
This is like survival cooking. Cooking at its most basic form. Just grab the fish, scale it, gut it, throw it on a fire. It's still pretty good.
That was just an appetizer, leading up to this. This is a Caribbean king crab. These crabs are efficient cleaners of coral reefs, thanks to their diet based on algae. With that in mind, fishermen plant these crabs around their fishing spots to create a better environment for other species to spawn. Once these cleaners grow fat, it's their turn to become part of the life cycle.
Usually, you're gonna see a big crab like this steamed up or put in a pot of boiling water, but here, it's gonna be grilled. We're cooking it on a tire rib. I've never seen it done this way. It's midway through cooking right now. All right, give it a little bit of a flip. All right, good flip. It's kind of just bubbling and boiling in its own shell at this point, and they wait for it to stop boiling. As soon as that's done, we know the meat is done. It's time to crack it open and see what's inside. I'm not sure where to start. Legs?
Legs.
Oh, dude, it's steaming. Look at this. We don't have anything to crush it with.
We do. This is Jamaica. We always have a red stripe on it.
Oh.
If we're not drinking it, we're using it. You have a good beat going, man. You have a reggae in you. You have some reggae in you, man.
No, there's tons of shattered shell in there. I really f***ed this up. What? It's like when you're trying to open a hard-boiled egg and it just keeps shattering into pieces and not actually opening. There's gonna be no crab left.
Get it? There you go.
So much meat.
All that work.
It's so voluminous, I can hardly handle this whole bite. I think I tasted something. It was very small. Now, the claws have to have something inside. I'm looking for just the bite of all bites.
We have to just take our time. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go.
Oh, that's so solid. You got a huge piece.
That.
Oh, this is perfect. My hand is clean, and I'm just gonna put it on my clean hand. The meat, it's like a dry desert. Like all these separate little muscle fibers, and in between there's delicious crabby juice. What have you done? Well done. Is there still a tendon in the middle?
No,
though?
I took the tendon out before.
Oh, dude, this could be the best bite in the world. Should we feed each other?
I don't think we can do that, but... Yo,
best bite ever. It tastes buttery.
Its own juices just make it sweet and brings together that meat perfectly.
If this crab was alive right now, it would be blushing. Guys.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but it's dead. I've had so many different species. I gotta say, it's probably the top. A lot of crab is good. It's good in general. It's got a bit of sweetness or a bit of like briny seafoodiness to it. This is completely different. An incredible texture. With every bite you take, you can feel the juices rushing out of the meat. And then it's just naturally sweet, but also just buttery. Almost like an oil, natural oil that's coming from the crab meat. Maybe cooking it the way he's cooked it keeps the oils in the meat, because when you boil it, you always see this like white pasty stuff around the meat. Well, that's all the fat that's boiled out of the protein.
Exactly, and to me, when you boil it, you bring the flavor out. When you steam it or you cook it like this, the flavor stays in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seafood Story 1 complete. In our next chapter, we'll see a chef take on a seafood challenge of epic proportions. A record-breaking attempt like you've never seen before.
Chef? Put her there. Pleasure to be here.
Great.
Respect.
Every time. Life is beautiful.
Chef Jeff is the founder and head of Spirits. His menu is packed with palate-pleasing local seafood. But today, we're going off menu.
I want to talk about what we're eating today, right here.
That bad boy.
This is a 30-pound yellowfin tuna.
A whole yellowfin tuna. I don't even Should I do an interview from here? Can you see me?
Getting your hands on a tuna like this in Jamaica is a real treat for local chefs. So, Jeff's plan for today, he's gonna fry it whole.
Have you ever fried a fish this big before?
No, it's the first time I'm going to attempt.
What's your strategy?
You squirt, and once you do that, it open up each layer to the oil. So you get that hot, just penetrate to the fish, the bone, the meat.
So that's gonna be a lot of cuts. Is it gonna even be recognizable? If the family came here before it went into an autopsy, could they pull back the sheet and identify this as a family member?
No.
No.
For a fish this huge, they must construct a pan big enough to suit its mighty girth.
This sounds like an incredible journey, something that's never been done before in this kitchen.
Never.
With big risk comes big reward and great responsibility. I think I fucked that up.
While the oil tub slowly reaches the required temperature, the chef rubs the fish with a blend of seasonings, making sure they reach every deep crevice. Then, like Ted Bundy, it's ready to fry.
You ready?
That's right.
They've got 2 of these fryer tools. They're gonna bring it over to the oil and lower it in, descending slowly. And we just have to hope. Oh my God, it is crackling. So far, so good. It's not like those videos, like when they cook a turkey for Thanksgiving and it starts on fire. I'm bravely watching what's happening from a safe distance. He's slowly easing the fish down into the oil. He doesn't want to do it too much. Yes, it's in, it's fully in, it's submerged. Oh, this looks awesome. Is it working?
Yes.
How do you feel? Is this what you expected?
Yes, so now I'm gonna get my spoon. So what happened, I just want this side to start cooking. So once we turn it, the cooking process already started, so it will be much easier.
Wow, this is a huge tuna. The cuts look perfect, they look clean. It's like every little cut on there is its own tuna fillet or tuna steak. You feel happy?
I'm happy.
We're on the right track.
Add black pepper, Scotch bonnet pepper, and garlic to the oil to enhance the flavor of the oil itself. Then, the moment finally comes. One of the most epic flips in seafood history.
It's super hard to flip because it's so big, and right now some of the skin is peeling off a little bit, but I think they're managing pretty good. It's just gonna get one flip. That's it. This is the final flip. Chef, are you happy with the flip?
I'm so happy.
Perfect flip time.
Perfect. And I'm just looking at the nice texture.
Oh my gosh, the whole thing is in here. The eyes, the face, we can eat all of it, right?
That's right. I enjoy the head.
Yeah, head meat.
Yeah.
Leave the fish to fry for another 5 to 6 minutes and keep adding hot oil to the top like you're basting a turkey. When the fish is visually crisp, it's ready to leave.
All right, this is the most delicate part of the process. Now it is fried. It's so easy for the fish to fall apart. Grabbing the whole thing, it's gonna go on a platter right next to it. Boom, right down on the checkered platter. And that is in one solid piece. Oh, chef, wow. Look at this.
Fantastic job.
It looks properly roasted all the way through. There's enough tuna steaks on here to feed a whole village. And soon, I'm gonna be trying this out myself. I'm so excited, chef, you've outdone yourself.
Yeah.
Well done.
And well done to you too.
What did I do?
Look at you, holding the fish.
Hey, yeah, look at me.
Dress it up with spicy pickled veggies and bammy whammy. All that's left to do is to dig in.
Oh, it's still plenty hot.
Yeah, man.
Yes. Look at that, it's a whole tuna steak. There's a little different textures all over this thing. Some parts are really crisped up and some are a little bit more steamy. It's so crunchy, meaty. The skin and all the outside here has just been completely coated and lined with seasoning. So it's warm, it's savory, it's salty. Oh my Lord. All right, I'm ripping off this tail piece. Obviously it's a lot more narrow, so probably cooked a lot faster. And you can see the beautiful crisp right here. Super crispy.
The tail usually have a little darker note to it than the white meat of the belly, especially with the tuna.
Here's what I'm really curious about. Did the body cook all the way through? I'm pulling out of this whole big slice. Yeah. So that is almost all the way cooked through. Some sashimi in the middle here. And then just right nearby, some nice fried tuna. Very tender. There's so many experiences in one fish. The head. There's a lot of treasured parts in here. First is the cheek. I've been told by many fish head lovers that this is the best bite of the whole tuna right here. It is super fatty, mixed with protein, and then a nice crunchy exterior here.
Oh yeah. A lot more fatty, I feel it.
In
And
your
I
fingers,
taste it.
right? Like
Yeah, man.
oily.
Oily.
But the whole head, there was so much meat and so many different holes and crevices and places where you could reach in and grab meat and pull it out. Tuna tongue.
Is that a delicacy?
Not that popular. I'm gonna put that there. So
look
this
at
is the
that.
top of the head.
Yeah, man.
An insane amount of meat on here. You can see even the grain, the way the meat is growing here. Gorgeous.
Oh,
this
look
is
at
just
that.
like the tenderloin. This is the back of the
Tenderloin
neck.
with some crunch on it.
Try some of that.
I would love that. Thank you, my friend.
This is one of the most unique seafood experiences I've ever had. I mean, anybody can fry a fish or fry a tuna, but when it's at this scale, you can see the difference. From the head, from the tail, from a little bit of sashimi inside that may not have been intentional.
Compliments to the chef. He outdid himself creating this masterpiece, and the size alone, Sonny. You know when you come to Jamaica, size matters.
Our final chapter brings back an element of danger. No, not the puffer fish.
This would be even worse. It's pain. It goes right to your neurotox. It's a bad day.
Yeah, it was really bad day.
This danger of the deep is waiting for me here.
So Fairrun is a family-owned business. We've been here 35 years. You come here, you feel like you're on a boat and you're getting fresh seafood straight from the Caribbean Sea. Locals come, tourists come. Every animal in the jungle kind of comes to Fairrun.
Greeting us today, Jason, owner of Pier 1.
What are some of the more popular seafoods in Jamaica?
Well, lobster is always #1 and the red snapper is a close second, of course. And we're gonna try something today that's a little bit different.
So we're trying something that's not really native to this area.
No.
This is the lionfish.
Yes.
Coming from the tropical waters of the South Pacific and Indian Oceans, this beauty is the star of many aquariums. But around Florida and the Caribbean, it's an absolute terror. The lionfish is believed to have escaped, or even more likely, to have been released into Florida waters from an aquarium over 2 decades ago.
They're very aggressive and they feed on young fish on the reef, and once they come off, the reef is basically dead.
In an effort to reduce the number of lionfish, the Jamaican government encourages its consumption.
But it's very difficult to catch. You have to handle them with a lot of caution, because even dead, even in this state, if one of those barbs were to stick you, you would be in for a bad night.
20 minutes for the puffer fish?
Yeah.
This would be even worse. It's pain. It goes right to your neurotox. It's a bad day.
All right, I'm gonna gently put the plate down behind you and just don't back up too much.
Despite its bad reputation, when it comes to flavor, this bad boy is highly rated among seafood lovers. But before you dig in, you must carefully remove the fish's venomous spikes.
It cooks anyway. It's a nice fish. It can be escovitch, fried, steamed, roasted.
What should we do today?
Let's do a nice steamed fish.
Next, score the fish and season it with salt and pepper. Then stuff some thyme, onion, garlic, and Scotch bonnet into its nooks and crannies. Heat it in a pan with olive oil. Sprinkle some bell pepper and scallions on top. Pour in a cup of water and let it steam until it's ready to eat.
Let's take a little tour of the plate.
Yeah,
it looks like we got some pressed plantains that have been fried. And what's this?
This is rice and peas. Rice and peas is everywhere throughout Jamaica. It's one of our most loved dishes. Some people cook it with coconut milk, and it has fresh herbs and spices in there.
Oh, it's very flavorful. I love it. This is broccoli. Do we need to discuss?
I don't even want to see that.
All right, here it is,
Yeah, man.
the lionfish. It's in the shape of the fish without all its fancy weapons.
Yeah, they had to snip all of that off so we can actually consume it.
Where are your needles now, bitch?
Right?
Gone. It is still pretty bony.
That's a flap. Remember how we got piece of the cheek from the tuna? This has meat under there that should be right under there as well.
Right. So in the fin pit, there's a nice big, beautiful chunk of white, oily meat. It is so good. The only hard part about this is discerning flavor of the fish and the flavors that they've added on here, which are quite delicious. It's like a thick, salty, savory gravy.
It's one of my favorite fish. In the past 10 years, they've taken over the reefs, but since then, I've learned to love it, and I absolutely can't get enough of it.
How do you think we can get more people to jump in on this?
By watching your video.
Okay. Here, the body. This is gorgeous. Look at this meat. It's so soft, tender, it's juicy, but it's not like mushy.
No, it still holds firm.
Oh, the taste. It is so good.
The flakiness and the meatiness of this is similar to parrot. A lot of people in Jamaica eat parrotfish, which helps to build the reef. I mean, it eats the reef and it passes sand, so it helps with the reef building. These just eat the reef. So what we're trying to do is also get people to stop eating as much parrotfish and eat more lionfish.
If this fish became extremely popular, demand would go super high, supply would go low, prices would go up. Wait, is that good? Hold on, what's my point? Demand demand would go up, supply would go down, prices would go up, people would be more motivated to go out and catch these kind of fish because they know they're gonna make big money off it. They're like, why would I get tuna or some of these species that are going near extinction? Everybody, we have to work together on this one. If you can all dial right now, 1-800-EAT-LION. It's not a real phone number, I don't know, I was just on a roll. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's very good. You better eat it.
What a beautiful day.
Our Caribbean culinary adventure continues here on the island of Jamaica. Today we're taking on a traditional cookout with Indo-Jamaican flavors.
It's different than any dal I've had in India.
It's mouth-watering.
Wow.
It's weird. It's something you must try when you come to this island.
These are the most dainty, petite testicles I've ever seen in my life.
And it all starts here.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm very excited. We have a nice breakfast in front of us.
Yeah, man, this looks delicious.
Joining me today, Raja.
Raja, what am I looking at here?
Rice, as you can see, white rice.
Thank you.
Dal with saltfish choka.
Is that Jamaican food?
That's a good mix.
Dal, rehydrated lentils with a soupy mash consistency, blended with spices to make it yummy. It's one of India's most commonly eaten foods.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Here, it's made with curry powder, garlic, lentils, and sautéed garlic that simmer down over time.
What kind of spice is in here?
Curry powder, pepper, onion, green pepper.
Oh, it's like a delicious split pea gravy. But I gotta say, that's different than any dal I've had in India. It's lacking about 14 spices. It's not exactly the same as when I have curry in India. There's just so many seasonings, so many different spices. And this is a little bit more tamed down version.
This Indian signature gets mixed with saltfish, a Jamaican staple that makes its way into several local dishes.
Why do you guys eat so much salted, preserved fish if the fish are just right out there?
It really dates back in history when ships used to transport people to Jamaica during the slave trade. The saltfish was a big part of that transport.
They needed something that was preserved, right? And it seems now like it's almost just a seasoning.
Yeah.
It gets hydrated, char grilled, then scraped off before it's mixed with sautéed onions, garlic, and Scotch bonnet peppers.
Oh, wow, that's super salty. It adds volume, but it adds some seasoning too to what you're eating.
You know what happened? This is drinking food.
Oh, okay.
This is for the rum.
This is gonna make me retain water. Good thing I don't have to weigh in for a wrestling match tomorrow. Today we're here to eat something really special. It's one of the favorite foods on the island.
One of my favorite foods.
What is it?
Curry goat.
Curry goat.
Goat curry. It's one of the most beloved foods in Jamaica. To start, you'll need a whole goat.
Where'd you get the goat? Did you get the goat?
I got the goat.
They drop it off from a van?
They actually brought it to my house. I had a problem last night. My wife was saying, can you get that goat out of here? It kept on waking her up.
This poor goat.
Raja's grandparents were among the first Indians arriving in Jamaica in the early 1900s.
Cuisine in Jamaica, it's a mix of a lot of different places, including India.
Definitely including India. I mean, curry is a huge part of our culture and our diet.
Indo-Jamaican cooking is just one facet of the diverse diaspora that's influenced food on this island.
As an Indian Jamaican growing up, I know there's plenty of Indian people here, but you're not the majority. Was it different at all being Indian, or you're just another Jamaican?
Just like another Jamaican. Some people will say, wait, you're not Jamaican, but that's not that common.
80,000 is the number of Indo-Jamaicans who call this place home. Not even 1%.
When you grew up, did you eat more Jamaican food or more like purely Indian food?
A mixture, because I just like everything.
But they've made an outsized impact on this island nation by significantly contributing to its culture. Food is no exception.
How do you make curry goat? Walk us through it.
First thing you have to do is kill him. Cut him up.
Makes sense.
And put in your curry in the pot, and then you just curry the goat.
Cool. I think you should also write a recipe book.
After the meat is separated and portioned out, it's marinated in a curry powder created and branded by Raja himself, using some local ingredients here in Jamaica.
This right here, it just says Indian curry, and it has a Google image of curry. Is that you?
Yeah.
Did you buy this image from Google Images, or did you just steal that?
No comment.
This goat will be made into 4 different dishes, and absolutely nothing will go to waste. 2 dishes are for the party, but the other 2, well, there's just not enough to go around. First, the testicles.
We're gonna try something very special, but first, some Jamaican seasoning.
Jamaican overproof white rum.
What's overproof mean exactly?
It has more alcohol than any other alcohol right now.
Are you overproofed at the moment?
A little.
Tastes like a bitter way to make my problems go away. It's gotta be a better way.
seasoned with jerk seasoning and grilled over an open fire.
These are the most dainty, petite testicles I've ever seen in my life, not including my own. You're serving it with little toothpicks like we're at a fancy party. These are hors d'oeuvres. Here, please, enjoy.
I like it with a pepper. Real Jamaican Scotch bonnet.
Yeah, give it a little bit of life. Hit it on the seeds here.
Be careful, it's hot.
Oh, wow, oh, it's spicy. Usually, it can be really fatty and gelatinous and jiggly, but this is a little more solid. I like it.
Yeah.
Is it a jerk seasoning?
Yeah.
It's very well seasoned. A delicious blend of spices on there. This is good. Raja, you are a true poet. Not only a foodsmith, but a wordsmith.
I don't know anybody quite like me.
Do women eat the testicles as well?
Yeah.
So it's men, women, children, grandparents?
But when I was growing up, I used to tell the girls, it will let them grow beard.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it for myself.
Does it do anything for stamina? No, it just tastes good?
Just tastes good.
All right, Raja, I think this was a good break. Let's get back to work.
Okay.
Next, our second appetizer involves the goat head. It's been scorched and scraped. And now it's ready for Raja's inspection.
I'm gonna cut the head open, inspect it, if they have any worm.
A worm?
It's a little worm.
And if there's a worm, you still eat it, but you just get rid of the worm.
Just get rid of the worm.
Let's do it. I've never heard of this. All right, go for it. You're inspecting it, looking closely. He's looking for a tiny worm.
Yes, there's no worm there.
Are you sure? Because you said it's small. Did you look closely enough?
Yep, there's no worm there.
There's no worm.
The goat head will be used for a different dish soon. For now, I just need what's inside.
You're gonna peel that out, scoop it out with your fingers. Very nice.
Saute the brain in oil along with salt, pepper, and onion. Cook until it breaks down and transforms into this foamy gray matter.
I tried hanging out with Raja. Raja's great, don't get me wrong. He doesn't like to talk.
And then we gave him rum, and it was
everything went inside.
Internally.
This food is often paired with a starch like roasted yellow yam.
The final meal, the goat feast, it's almost ready. Everybody's working in the kitchen. There's a person in your background, someone in my background. It's not at all orchestrated. We're legitimately working hard to make this meal come to fruition. But first, I wanted to share a snack with you. Have you ever had brain?
I've never had brain. Not that type of brain.
I knew you couldn't resist.
I'm really, really interested to see exactly how it tastes.
All right, here we go. Cheers. It was so oily. Wow. I gotta hit it with some yam after.
With it, amazing.
Yeah, they gotta be partners. They gotta be paired up. How do you feel about the texture?
Grainy. It has a little sweetness to it as well.
Yeah.
The Scotch bonnet pepper gives it that little heat. Can't go wrong with that.
I agree. Very good.
For the first time having this, it's something I'll definitely try again.
All right, appetizer complete.
Main course coming up.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, man.
Folks, we've done it. The final meal here in Jamaica for this series and perhaps of my life.
No, I think you're coming back.
Okay, yeah. This honestly looks magical. It's beautiful. It's hard to believe that just a few hours ago, this was a gorgeous looking live creature. The meat looks outstanding. The soup, this is where we're gonna start. It's called
Manish water.
What is going on?
Manish water is the goat belly and all the other parts that you think you would throw out of the soup, it's in here.
The intestines, face meat, goat feet, and even the goat's penis. All is hidden inside. First, cook this random assortment of proteins along with onions, scallions, and Scotch bonnet pepper. Add diced pumpkin and allow it to cook down a bit.
So what does Manish water mean?
Basically, it comes from way back because mainly men used to prepare it. But it also says that it have a little aphrodisiac. It give you a little punch and it make you stand up for more than on your feet.
Next, prep green bananas with the peel still intact. Then carrots, potatoes, and yellow yams before adding it to the final pot.
Oh, the soup's good.
Yeah, man.
Did you use pumpkin or squash to create the base for the soup?
Yes.
Because it has a beautiful starchy base to it, so it's kind of thick.
And it also adds that color to it.
What's that?
That is green banana with the skin on.
Oh,
roughage.
That's allowed?
Yeah, man.
It's soft.
And a little crunchy.
Wow, I've never eaten the banana peel before.
That's awesome, right?
Yeah, it tastes good.
Yeah,
just
man.
real starchy.
Gives it a different texture to the soup.
And then, am I gonna be able to figure out what part is what part?
Yeah.
Really, what's that?
That's the head.
How you know that?
or maybe one of the foot. And I think it's head.
But you think
it's a head?
A bone in it.
So it's definitely the foot.
I can taste the char on it because they charred it. They scraped off all
Yeah,
the
man.
firm. All right, I'm gonna try
That
this
is
out.
the sweetest part. Them call that the rag.
The rug.
It look like a rag. It's my favorite part.
I like it. Raja, gotta say, very impressed. Transition over to here.
Our spotlight of the day, the goat curry, containing all the unspecified cuts from the animal. There are no lamb chops or goat steaks, just little bitty pieces all joined together in one pot. Season the meat with all-purpose seasoning and mix. In a pot, cook curry powder in oil. Add onions, scallions, Scotch bonnet peppers, and finally, the meat. Simmer for hours to make it tender.
Bro, shut the fuck up. That is so good.
Yeah, man.
Wow, that's blowing my mind right now. Unbelievably tender. The fat is interspersed within the meat a bit. It's all soaked in, that beautiful curry flavor. It's super savory. It's a little bit of heat.
Have to have Scotch bonnet pepper. Have to have some heat.
It's so tender. It's that type of tenderness where the fat's rendered down a bit, and as you're chewing it, it's kind of sticky on your teeth. I know why people love this dish so much. It's like fireworks in my mouth.
It really represents the mixture of Jamaica. The out of many one peopleness of it. Just different variations, different cultures, different ethnicities that have fused together in this dish as well. That comes from India, but is enjoyed so widely here in Jamaica.
Raja, now you say something nice like that.
He already well said everything. We're a little bit with Talawa. We know that.
Little bit with Talawa, man. That's all.
I think there's only one thing missing, and that is the iconic spice of this island.
Scotchy.
I need to taste the Scotch bonnet whole, and I think you should join me.
I know a place where we can go.
Let's go. Man, it's been a great trip. A lot of culture, food, all that stuff, yada, yada, yada. Now, the challenge. The Scotch bonnet, one of the hottest chilies in the world.
I believe it's number 3.
Okay, great. Here's the rules. Eat the whole thing, seeds and all.
Seeds and all?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, gosh.
We have to see who can go longer without reacting. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Let's make this love last till Valentine's. Let's spend this night
Nice.
together. Let this fire burn inside our hearts. Open all the pleasure.
Can I say something?
We are lost inside.
It's really painful. Why did I do this? So, Scotch bonnet, spicy for some. For people like me and Marcus Weens, not a big deal. I'm gonna go lay down. Take care, y'all. That's the end of the video and the end of the series here in Jamaica. I want to say a huge, genuine, heartfelt thank you to my dude, Matt. Handshake,
Respect, Reggie.
big respect, big ups, very large props. Matt was a huge, integral part of making this trip happen. Couldn't have done it without you. And honestly, an incredible ambassador to this country.
Thank you, Sonny. And it was a pleasure having you and your team here.
Guys, you can check out Matt on his YouTube channel, Jamaica Food Boss. He's making fun food videos there. Go there, check him out, and subscribe. As for us, that is it for this one. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Peace. All right.
Bless up.